interested in, team, what I'm super interested in is what has been the highlight of today's, what are we now? 3.5 hours, give or take, right as we wrap up. What's been the most significant thing to you in the last 3.5 hours? You know, we've gone through where you've been at with your firm. We've talked about some unstucks, marketing and structure, and then we've done the finding opportunities exercise with your team members. So Gary, fun new guy, what's been the most significant fun thing or interesting thing for you that's blown your mind? That was awesome. Never, that's mine forever.
Why do you always pick on you guy first? That's my first question.
Just the way it goes.
I mean, there's just so much opportunity, and that's the wonderful thing about this group is the opportunities that exist, and you just have to put the plan in motion and make it happen. So, yeah, excited about the future and looking forward to learning more about it.
You bet. Cool, thanks, welcome along. Okay, so I'm just doing the order of who's on the screen, by the way, so there's no particular reason, Gary. Brian Perkis, what was the most significant thing that got you excited in the last 3.5 hours?
I think that it's the trifecta of the database, brand, and activity, and just really trying to really hone in and develop my marketing plan specifically with that in mind. So the end in mind of really driving the leads, the qualified leads, to get to that sweet spot in the middle. I think this visualization was really, really helpful for me there.
Yeah, and let's simplify marketing and lead generation. You know, it doesn't have to be all these moving parts. If you looked at all the moving parts, you'd get overwhelmed with where do we start, right? Let's just break it down to 3 things.
That's exactly it. I was just completely, with the myriad of all the marketing and noise out there, this really hones it into what you actually need to be working on.
You bet. Cool. Steve Hesse, highlight of the last 3.5 hours was for you.
I think the finding opportunities section is really helpful, where I will go ahead and we will put that into our checklist, which we do. We use checklists regularly. But more importantly, the lead generation presentation, since that's one of our big projects for this quarter, that was the most helpful to me.
You bet. Cool. Good to see. Greg Hostilli, most significant thing for you and or your team for the last 3.5 hours?
Well, you know, the last 3.5 hours, the call out to accountability for me was great. But the last 15 to 20 minutes were the best of all this.
Yeah, that exercise.
Ready to go. Ready to go. And Rob, I promise I'm going to show the recording of this to the key people that I will identify next week.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And again, I can't reiterate enough, team, this very simple exercise of finding opportunities, now after doing this for that particular exercise for 15 years all over the world, it just works every time if you do it the way I explained it. Awesome. Nan, ABS team, highlight for you today was? Where'd you go, Nan? Unmute. Nan, you're muted. There you go.
It's the last piece, defining opportunities, because we preach in our office all the time, read the financials, don't just crank them out, read them and understand them as you're going. Now we have a way to say, do something with them when you read them. Yep. Now I can put that on the checklist and say, I know whether you read them or not. I know whether you're thinking or not. And we will do that. We have a year-end checklist and that'll go on there.
Awesome. Good work. Peter Friola, highlight the last 3.5 hours about time together was?
The importance of direct response in the marketing, and the importance of having consistency on the activity.
And not just consistency, but it's a frequency of weekly, Peter, right? So something happening every single week, you know, to your target market, because at some point in time, as I said, they are ready in the future. They may not be ready now. Awesome. Team.